exit planning strategies. The Dan Rossi Show.
Today in our program, we're talking about how to plan as a business owner when you're just too busy to do it, just can't find the proper time, the proper place to do it. Business owners, their daily responsibilities as a successful business owner can make planning for a successful future seem impossible, frustrate one, just antagonizing about the day is coming closer, but there's just no time. I can't take any more time away from running my business than I already have. But with the right process, you may find that this planning is both achievable and a means to give you even more time to do what you want. Consider, as an example, our three-step process that we've discussed in previous programs, but there's so much attention given to this that I wanted to bring it back again because of your busy schedules. You barely have time to pick up the phone to answer a call these days. So let's take a look at the three-step process. The first step is to find people that can plan for you. Now, a big misconception here is that you must do all the business planning yourself. And under this mindset, planning for a successful future is indeed going to be challenging, and it's just not going to fit into your daily routine. But instead, try this on for size. Try to plan instead of doing it all yourself, instead of planning everything by yourself. Consider planning for a successful business future by letting others, other experts, do it for you. How does that work? First, it doesn't mean that you hand over your vision, your success to other people, but instead, find advisors who can help you bring visions of your success to life, your ideas, your dreams. You can bring this out. And a good place to start, and of course the good news here, is that you likely have some of these experts right now already on your future team. For example, it could be in the form of a financial advisor, a CPA, or even a business attorney. So the key is to begin creating a longer-term plan that your advisor team can execute while you commit to your daily routine. In many cases, this team is led by an exit planning advisor. He's your personal quarterback. He's also your coach. This person can manage the whole team and report to you on a daily or weekly basis. And this person has the expertise and experience in leading advisory teams for business owners that they've done this for in the past. And of course, all of this is built upon a solid foundation, your goals and your objectives. Because without your goals and your objectives, the plan has no meaning, it has no purpose, it has no timing. So in many cases, working toward your longer-term goals means that your advisory team takes the steps necessary, making you inconsequential to your business. That's good news, and we'll explain more why as we move on. Now we move into the second step, expanding on making yourself inconsequential. Now, some business owners find it extremely challenging just to imagine the business success without themselves at the helm. However, one of the most important parts of planning for a successful future is having a business that runs well without you. Let's face it, at one point, some point in the future, when you do decide to sell, whether it's an insider sale or a third-party sale, you're going to find that the buyer isn't willing to plop down the check for 10 or 15 or 20 million dollars unless they have absolute proof by records and financials and production operating systems within your company that the company is running smoothly on all 8 cylinders and moving forward in revenue increasing, profitability rising for the past several years at least. They're not going to make an investment in a company because they're looking for a job. They're making an investment in your company because they want to return a good rate of return on their money. And they don't want to have to come in and rescue a company after putting up 10 or 20 million dollars to purchase it. So when we consider these different aspects, we know that many business owners want one day to leave their business and do it during their lifetime. They want that day when they can sit back and enjoy all the efforts of their work, leaving a legacy, not worrying about the business going out of business, or even worse yet, cutting off the income that's coming from it to you, if in fact, in the sale process, you offer a note as part of that deal. But to do these things, it's critical for them to achieve financial independence upon leaving the business. In other words, the owner must achieve their goals and objectives before walking away and having a guarantee that their financial independence is there. It's protected. But it's exceedingly difficult to leave your business with financial independence if the business relies on you for that success. Buyers will be discouraged. Why would they buy a business that depends on one man who may not be here, or one woman who may not be here tomorrow? So quite simply, put in this way, buyers are unlikely to give you the money you need to plop down that 5 or 10 or 20 million dollars that you have believed your business is worth in order, if it's not going to continue and succeed for them as it has for you. So becoming inconsequential is important to planning for a successful future. There's another word that we like to use here, and that word involves an owner being too involved in the business, where synergy is between him or her and the business, the operations, the employees. When that synergy is strong, it's good while you're here, but it's not good for a departure. That synergy has to be transferred to somebody else or a team that has proven they're running the company. So let's look at this in terms of a couple of sub-steps. First of all, under this area of making one inconsequential, we find that the implementing of a next level management team is so important. This team takes your business to the next level by optimizing daily routines, giving you more time to focus on your plans for a successful future. Now, a second item here is helping you to determine what you want and what you need. Owners tend to underestimate how much they need to live on the life they want after that life of a business. And an objective advisor and an advisory team can both help you define these things and help you achieve them on your terms. Now, a third sub-step in this second step process is planning for the unexpected. Now, we know that as business owners that eventually one leaves their business, but whether they expect it or not is another question. An advisory team helps you plan to mitigate the likelihood that an unexpected event, death, incapacitation, will completely derail your life's work. So these are three extremely important sub-steps in the second step. And now let's take a look at our third main step to complete this process. We call it implementing your plan to pursue what you want. Now, once you've outlined your goals, you've created your objectives, you've written them down, you know what you want, and you feel strongly about this. Now they can be translated and transferred to your advisory team so they have the foundation they need to build upon. So, as we consider that, and as your team implements these steps, it's likely that you'll find that you have more time to dedicate to the things you want to do as opposed to the things you must do to keep the business running. And friends, I can tell you firsthand that as this process continues, it's not a widening gap between what you want and what you know you have to do, and that gap represents a lot of insecurities and a lot of uncertainties. I can tell you that gap, as it begins to widen, as your advisory team is doing more, as you as the owner are doing less here and more on the other end, the gap is a gap of great accomplishment. It's a sense and a feeling of great joy because now you can visibly see that it's not a gap of uncertainty that the whole thing might fall into. It's a gap of actual operating, of revenue flowing, of employee enhancement, greater joy and greater ambition on a part of the employees. These things begin to mature, they begin to take shape, and that brings joy to you, the business owner, for doing it in the first place, for taking this step, which has very minimal risk, but great rewards, and not at the tail end, but piece by piece, step by step, as you go through the process. So friends, in conclusion, to all you business owners out there, plan for a successful future. And what this often means is delegating at least some of your responsibilities to experts on your team, giving you more time to do the things that you want to do. And as these experts do what they do best, your business is likely to rely on you less and less. Remember the gap. That gap is not a thing of uncertainty, but that gap is filled with great accomplishments directly related to you. So that as the transition continues, as the process grows and further and further towards completion, you not only see the results day by day, week by week, and month by month, and feel a tremendous amount of joy that your dream that you tried to bury for so many years is now out. You see it happening in its reality, coming true piece by piece. So friends, I hope this has been helpful to you, and give us a call with questions. If you'd like a complimentary interview that we do, a conference to meet and discuss this further, call us in our contact information. Have a good day.